Get ready for Facecoin. Cheddar has learned that Facebook is, in fact, exploring the creation of its own cryptocurrency. The social network announced earlier this week that it had formed a new group dedicated to blockchain, which is the underlying technology behind crypto. This group is led by David Marcus, who's Facebook's former VP of Messenger and the ex-president of PayPal. Sources say that Facebook is specifically interested in creating its own digital token, which would allow its more than 2 billion users to facilitate transactions without government-backed currency. And Facebook is also looking at other ways that it could use this core blockchain technology that underpins these popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Back to you all.
Alex, just how serious is Facebook about this new initiative, and what's their timeline, if any?
They're very serious. There's been a lot of speculation since Facebook announced this blockchain group earlier this week as to what they could use it for. There's stuff that they could use blockchain potentially for with identity verification, for accounts, some back-end infrastructure stuff. But I am told that payments specifically is a very serious avenue that they want to look into for blockchain. And that really goes to show with who they put in charge of the group in David Marcus. He's a payments expert, like I said, president of PayPal. He's a huge crypto enthusiast and early crypto investor. He sits on the board of Coinbase, which is one of the largest crypto exchanges. And I want to read actually something that he said at a conference about 3 months ago about crypto when he was asked if Facebook would get into it. He said, quote, "Payments using crypto right now is just very expensive, super slow, so the various communities running the different blockchains and the different assets needs to fix all the issues. And then when we get there someday, maybe we'll do something." So he hinted at that a little bit a few months ago, but I'm told now they're serious about it. But it is still early days. You know, the timeline on this is that Facebook started looking at blockchain officially in the summer of last year from the corporate development side. That started to snowball into this new group that now Marcus is leading. It's less than a dozen people right now. They put people like Instagram's VP of product, Kevin Weil, on it, but they're looking to grow the team, and I'm told that they are, that it's a huge source of interest in the company all the way up to Mark Zuckerberg. And they could make strategic acquisitions. They'll likely need to, but this is years away from materializing. But yeah, the payments is coming.
So, Alex, what do users get out of this?
Yeah, so I think the allure of this to Facebook is being able to be this global payments and digital wallet infrastructure for, it's more than 2 billion users around the world, right? So being able to facilitate transactions cross borders without the need for government-backed currency, that's something that we've seen Telegram, for example, another popular messaging app, doing with its initial coin offering, in which it's selling virtual coins to investors in the hopes of creating this decentralized blockchain-based network for its users to be able to pay each other and do transactions without the need for fiat money. So I think Facebook sees that as a potential, and they've got properties like WhatsApp that are in a lot of developing nations where either government currency is incredibly volatile, or they want to allow people to be able to more easily transact digitally in certain countries where that's not set up as well as it is here in North America and Europe. So I think that's the end goal, and it remains to be seen how they get there. As I said from that quote earlier, they recognize that the technology is super nascent. There's things like transaction speeds and other hinderings that they need to get through to be able to get this to a mass scale, but it's definitely something they want to do.
And Alex, we also saw in your story on Cheddar.com that Facebook won't hold an initial coin offering when it does implement this token. So why not, and what route would they take instead in delivering their crypto to users?
Yeah, I mean, the purpose of an initial coin offering or an ICO is to raise capital, right? We've seen that with Telegram. They've raised close to $2 billion to try to fund this decentralized network they're building. Facebook doesn't need to raise capital, right? It's got billions on its balance sheet. It's insanely profitable. And if anything, that could show that they maybe have the wrong motive in doing the network, the decentralized network. There's another method of delivery for a network like this that's called an airdrop, which is essentially the creator of the virtual coin gives it away to users. They give away a certain number of the coins to users, and they just appear in the users' digital wallets. I'm told that Facebook will more likely take that approach. They definitely don't want to do an ICO. But again, even that method of delivery is something that's being worked on, and there's new innovation every day on how that will work. So I imagine that they'll have some kind of new, unique way of doing it when that finally comes about.
Alex, quickly here, do you see this as a way for Facebook to monetize outside of advertising its bread and butter, as we know lawmakers are staring it down?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, if Facebook were to work with a third party like a Stripe or a PayPal on payments, they already work with PayPal and Messenger. But there's things like transaction fees that they have to pay, or they have to take the burden on the cost of that. And they see this as a way to really, I think, put power back in the hands of the user, which is something obviously that they could use with their company narrative right now, and allow people to be a little bit more in control of their data and of their transactions. And with Marcus leading it, he's a huge advocate of that and crypto in general. So that's the direction they're going.